Imagine this. 5 friends searching for a missing sister in a creepy place called Glore Valley. They think they'll find answers, but what if the nightmare never ends? This is a story of survival, dark secrets, and a twisted loop that'll have you questioning what's real. Just when you think you're safe, bam! The horror waiting in the woods is worse than death. Before we dive in, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. Dropping a like and a comment is the least you can do to show some love. And like we always say, even if some stories seem the same, they ain't never the same when I'm the one telling. The movie opens deep underground, where Melanie crawls through a suffocating tunnel, every breath sharp with panic. Behind her, a figure in a twisted clown mask claws closer, silent, relentless. She bursts into the night air, desperate for escape, but just as hope flickers, the killer's pickaxe crashes down, ending her fight before it even begins. Because nothing says fun and games like a masked man with a weapon, right? Welcome to your worst nightmare. 5 friends, Clover, her ex Max, Megan, Nina, and Nina's boyfriend Abe, cruise toward the last trace of Mel, Clover's missing sister. Their only lead? A shaky video Mel sent after a bitter fight, hinting at a hidden place. They pull off at a lonely gas station, where a creepy attendant named Dr. Alan Hill waits like he's straight out of a nightmare. He leans in, voice low and cold. People disappear in Glore Valley. Many, and none come back. Because nothing screams friendly welcome like a cryptic warning from a stranger who looks like he might just be the villain. Welcome to the slow spiral into dread. The storm rages as the friends push deeper, but suddenly the road leads them to a visitor center, dry and untouched by the rain's fury. Inside, silence wraps around them like a shroud. Clover steps out into the downpour, spotting a flicker of Mel, only to vanish into the storm's grasp. Max hauls her back just in time, but the unease sticks. Abe uncovers missing persons posters, one bearing Mel's face. Nina flips through a guest book, Melanie's name scrawled 13 times, like a ghost trying to be heard. Then the car's engine roars to life on its own. Megan grabs a radio, but it's dead silence. Because when your ride starts driving itself and your radio won't talk back, you're officially trapped in a horror movie cliche, and it's not going to end well. The clown-masked nightmare bursts in, tearing Abe apart like he's nothing but a rag doll. Nina screams as he turns his deadly gaze on her next. Max lunges to fight, but the killer's knife slides through his eye, a brutal, silent death that leaves him a broken husk. Megan tries to run, but the walls become her grave as her head is smashed without mercy. Clover bolts into the dark woods, heart pounding, only to be trapped. The killer closes in, and a sharp spike pierces her back, stealing her breath in a cruel final twist. Because in this nightmare, escape is just the setup for the next bloodier scene. Time twists, like an hourglass flipped, and suddenly, the 5 friends are alive again, trapped in this twisted loop. Their own missing posters stare back at them from the walls. But the building has changed. Lights flicker with a warning pulse, like the house itself is watching. As they scramble to lock the doors, Megan's body betrays her, twisting, cracking, possessed by some dark force that snuffs her out again. Clover is dragged outside and thrown to a witch who whispers, "You'll all suffer like the others in Glore Valley." The witch takes over Clover's body, a new nightmare in their midst. Upstairs, Max meets a different masked killer, and Abe and Nina try to run through the woods, only to be cut down, one by one. The horror finally ends when Clover is slammed under the wheels of a speeding car. Because in Glore Valley, death is just the first act in a never-ending horror show. The night resets again, trapping them inside a cold, cramped bathroom. Thirsty and desperate, the 5 lean in to drink from the clean sink. But then, Abe's body bursts apart in a gruesome explosion, sending blood and bone flying before Nina's eyes. Megan follows, her limbs popping and snapping one by one like a twisted marionette falling apart. Max falls dead next, silent and broken. Clover braces for her end, heart pounding, when Dr. Hill steps over her with a cruel smile and whispers, "This is only the beginning." Then she explodes too, because in Glore Valley even water isn't safe, and death loves a cruel encore. When the 5 wake again, the horror deepens. They learn about the Glore Valley mining disaster. Over 1,100 lives crushed when the miners dug too deep, unleashing something ancient and hungry. Max finds an old tape, showing a man trapped in the same endless loop, his mind unraveling, his body decaying into something monstrous. Dr. Hill's chilling voice cuts through the static. He's become a Wendigo, an eternal hunger locked in this nightmare. You're here for the same fate. The cruel truth hits. Only one will survive, and only if the others die. Because in this cursed valley, survival is a twisted game where losing means more than death. It means becoming the monster. Dr. Hill's voice drips with cruelty. Melanie's with me now. now, watching you fail. Desperation cracks Abe's mind. He coldly suggests sacrificing Clover because, hey, she tried to die before, so why not just give up on her? But Nina's fury burns brighter. She impales Abe, buying Megan and Max a chance to find Clover. Abe and Nina don't last long. The clown-masked killer tears them apart in the woods. Then the real nightmare begins. Wendigos emerge from the shadows, savage and hungry. Megan vanishes, dragged screaming to her death. Clover and Max stumble into Melanie, now a monster herself, twisted into a Wendigo. Clover's guilt claws at her soul. She begs Max to slit her throat and reset this hellish loop. Max drinks the cursed water, spits a bitter curse at the Wendigo Melanie, and then explodes, tearing the night apart. Because sometimes, survival means choosing to die, again and again. A flicker of memory. Clover and Melanie on their last day together. Mel was heading to New York, chasing a life Clover wasn't ready to leave behind. Their goodbye turned bitter, words sharp and cutting. A final argument that left a wound deeper than time. Clover jolts awake, her friends around her, but Megan is gone, lost to the night. Their bodies twist and rot, inching closer to the Wendigo curse. Desperate, they find a video on their phones. Megan, alive, sneaking after Dr. Hill into his dark office. Clover's voice hardens. This ends tonight. No more loops, no more monsters. Because sometimes, facing the past is the only way to break free from a nightmare that never dies. They follow Megan's fading trail to Hill's lair, but the Wendigos are waiting, relentless and hungry. Clover faces Wendigo Melanie in a brutal fight, impaling her on broken debris to free her from the nightmare at last. Max, Abe, and Nina battle the creatures, buying Clover time to find Megan locked away in the sanatorium. A chained Wendigo claws at the door, but worse. Dr. Hill stands beside it, cold and calculating. He confesses his sick obsession. He feeds on their fears, twisting them into his cruel experiments. Quick and quiet, Clover slips his coffee mug under the dripping water. Hill drinks it, eyes widening in horror, then explodes into bloody chunks before he can strike. Because in Glore Valley, even monsters can't drink poison without paying the price. Clover yanks open the door just in time, freeing Megan before the Wendigo's claws can close around her. Max, Nina, and Abe don't hold back, smashing Clownface's skull like a rotten watermelon. The five crawl through dirt and darkness, bursting into the first light of dawn. Finally, the nightmare seems to break. They pile into Abe's car, hearts racing, and speed away, leaving Glore Valley and its horrors behind. Because sometimes, surviving means fighting through hell, and just maybe, seeing the sunrise on the other side. Before the credits creep in, the cold glow of surveillance cameras flickers in Hill's office. A van pulls up to a lonely, snow-covered cabin, silent, waiting. The nightmare isn't over, it's only just beginning. Because in Glore Valley, the darkness always finds a way back. What would you do if you got caught in a nightmare that never ends, with monsters hunting you at every turn? Would you fight to survive or give in to the darkness? Drop a like, subscribe, and leave a comment. I want to hear how you'd face this deadly loop.